just, you know, you just don't see one that's operating and working properly like this one is. Just a very rare find these days.
Yeah. What are you doing? We're testing the burn pattern on it. It's already young, there's a little water in it. It's taking flames. Yeah, it's burning. These are the mash barrels. You can see they're kind of half buried in the ground. They're insulated so they keep the temperatures right. You crack them open, they've got mash cooking right here. Yep. And what they've got in there, they've got hops in there with it, and you can see it bubbling. That mash is cooking right now. That's fermenting, and that's what they're going to use to cook shine with. And then they'll come out of these barrels right here. And this actually is the cooker. It works just like a big pressure cooker. So it's going to take and cut the hole out here on top of this drum and clean it in. That mash will go into this drum. All right, and there's a headpiece that we don't know if we found it yet or not. But there'll be a headpiece that sits on top of the propane canisters right here. Big lines come underneath, and this is where they're going to heat. There'll be holes drilled through that tubing underneath here, so there'll be an even flame burning underneath the whole cooker. Okay? And as that thing cooks, which you know it's just like baking a cake. You gotta get your recipe right. But as that thing's cooking and it steams off, that headpiece will sit right here on top of this. Alright? This piece of copper tube will hook into this box and it'll come in the side of that headpiece and it'll collect that steam. And as that thing cooks and it builds pressure and it pushes that steam, it's going to push the steam down this copper pipe into this box. This box is called a thumper box. And as it comes in here, it's a first stage condenser for it is cooling the steam. But as the pressure continually comes, there's steady pressure coming through here. As it pushes in, then it's going to push out the other side too, okay? Now the reason they call it a thumper box, and I don't know why it does it, but when that steam gets in there, you'll hear it start to just thump, thump, thump. If you talk to old revenuers, they tell you that was one of the ways they found seals. They just get in the woods and sit and listen for that thump. As it cools here first and it comes through this condenser piece over here, it runs into this piece. And this piece is what they call the worm. And that hot steam comes through here and it runs down through these tubes that are surrounded by water, and it cools it even more and causes that steam to condense into liquid. That liquid is alcohol. Now if you'll notice this piece right here, alright, that's the bottom end of the worm. And as I move that, you can see that move, right? Alright, that's where the liquor is going to come out. As it condenses, as that steam condenses back into alcohol as it comes through this worm, it's going to drip out down there out of that tube at the bottom of the condenser barrel. And then you can see here he's got gallon chine jugs and a funnel down there to catch that as it comes out.
Yeah, we're charged with enforcing Georgia law, and we've always been about upholding the law. And if we have evidence or hear of someone cooking moonshine, we're going to investigate it and do what's appropriate. And the law says we're going to dismantle it and arrest who is responsible. So we're charged with enforcing the law. We're going to carry out the law. That's our duty. We'll just tear it apart. It shouldn't take very long to tear it apart and get it torn down. And we'll take it back to the sheriff's office and maybe set it up and store it there for some time. Either bust these barrels or turn them over if we can get them turned over, and discard the mash that's fermenting in the barrels.